Hello my friends, welcome to the Audio Knowledge channel. If you like the content you can subscribe and share. Summary of Why Nations Fail by Daron Acemoglu and James A. Robinson. Why Nations Fail: The Origins of Power, Prosperity, and Poverty. Authored by Daron Acemoglu and James A. Robinson. Published in 2012, explores the reasons behind the success or failure of nations, focusing on the role of political and economic institutions. The book argues that the primary factor determining a nation's prosperity or poverty is the nature of its institutions, rather than geography, culture, or other factors. Central themes. 1. Inclusive versus extractive institutions. Acemoglu and Robinson introduce the concept of inclusive and extractive institutions as key determinants of economic success. Inclusive institutions are those that provide a level playing field for individuals and businesses, ensuring broad participation in the economy and allowing people to accumulate wealth and improve their livelihoods. These institutions include secure property rights, democratic governance, and equal opportunities. In contrast, extractive institutions concentrate power and wealth in the hands of a few, stifling economic growth and innovation. They often involve monopolistic practices, corruption, and a lack of political freedom. 2. The role of political institutions. The authors argue that political institutions play a crucial role in shaping economic institutions. Inclusive political institutions, such as democratic governments with checks and balances, promote inclusive economic institutions. In contrast, extractive political institutions, where power is concentrated in the hands of a small elite, tend to produce extractive economic institutions. This concentration of power leads to policies that benefit the elite at the expense of the broader population, resulting in economic stagnation and inequality. 3. Critical junctures and institutional change. Acemoglu and Robinson emphasize the importance of critical junctures in shaping institutional development. Critical junctures are significant events or periods of upheaval that create opportunities for institutional change. For example, the Glorious Revolution in England or the fall of the Soviet Union were critical junctures that led to significant shifts in political and economic institutions. The book argues that the path a country takes during these junctures is crucial in determining whether it will develop inclusive or extractive institutions. 4. The vicious cycle of extractive institutions. The authors discuss how extractive institutions create a vicious cycle that perpetuates poverty and inequality. When a country has extractive institutions, the elite use their power to maintain their privileges and suppress potential challenges. This leads to a lack of innovation, low investment in public goods, and poor economic performance. The resulting poverty and inequality reinforce the extractive institutions, making it difficult for the country to break out of the cycle. 5. Historical examples and case studies. Throughout the book, Acemoglu and Robinson provide numerous historical examples and case studies to support their arguments. They examine the divergent paths of countries like North and South Korea, and the economic failures of countries in Africa and Latin America compared to the successes of countries in Europe and North America. These examples illustrate how different institutional arrangements lead to vastly different economic outcomes. Conclusion. Why Nations Fail presents a compelling argument that the success or failure of nations is primarily determined by the nature of their institutions. Acemoglu and Robinson assert that inclusive institutions, which promote broad-based economic participation and political freedom, are essential for prosperity. In contrast, extractive institutions, which concentrate power and wealth in the hands of a few, lead to economic stagnation and inequality. The book provides a rigorous analysis of how institutions shape economic outcomes and offers insights into the challenges of fostering inclusive growth and development.